And maybe in the beginning he can say a few words on Holy Mother.
Om Jananim Saradam Devim Ramakrishnan Jagatkurum Padapadmi Tayo Shritva Pranamami. Very, very nice to be here with you all. As you know, I'm coming for the first time. So, Maharaj has asked me to say something about Holy Mother. I'm sure most of you know many things about her already. There must have been so many discussions. Then let me stress a little on the philosophical aspect rather than the personal aspect. The personal aspect we will discuss on Sunday. So now, spiritual realities are abstruse, to say the least. Even subject like mathematics, it's all in here in the mind. So it's very difficult to get a concrete idea of these things. And spiritual realities are still more difficult because the scriptures themselves say they lie even beyond the mind. So within the network of the mind, actually we cannot really experience those things. It is not possible. So how to put before human beings the spiritual truths in concrete forms? That has been the attempt of sages and our saints. If you study the scriptures, Puranas, Bhagavatam, etc., all these have one aim: to present before us, ignorant people, the truths of the spiritual world in a form in which we can understand. Otherwise, with our limited intelligence, it is not possible to even have a faint idea. So the scriptures say that God, God is such a word that is in one word there is so much has been said, and so many definitions have also been given about God. So when we say God, just for the sake of our discussion, we can say that who is God? God is an all-powerful being. And He, according to our scriptures, He creates, He sustains, and even destroys. Destroys means there is no destruction in that sense. He takes again into His own being the whole universe. So in a very brief manner we can say that is God. And to attain God, attain can have also many connotations. Some schools of philosophy will say to have His vision. Some will say to have His qualities. Some will say to have His form. But the thing which is common to all of these is that there is a supreme reality called God, and to realize Him in any aspect is the goal of our lives. To take a very broad view. Because in this world of dualities, there can be no absolute entity. We are all searching for absolute entities, absolute life. We don't want to die. Absolute happiness. We don't want to have suffering. But we cannot have this in this world of dualities. Here, these two have to exist together. So God is beyond both. That is what the scriptures say. So we can understand from this how difficult it is to conceive anything of God. So our scriptures say that God Himself, to enable us to come near Him, He comes to this world, so to say, in this world of relativity. From the absolute level, He comes here, so that human beings can approach Him through that form which He takes in this world. Otherwise, there is no way we can have an idea of the form or anything about God. So, God we have defined as what? One who creates, sustains, and again destroys the universe. Now, to do anything in this world, we know we require one thing. What is that? Energy. Or we can say power. Even slightest movement, even we cannot breathe if there is no energy in the body, there is no power in the body. So God is creating, sustaining and destroying the universe. He must be a powerful person. He is called omniscient, omnipotent. He can do anything. So he must be a powerful person in order to create the universe, then even sustain it and even take it back upon himself. So that power of God is not different from him. Once, like Sri Ramakrishna has said, fire and its burning power, they are not different. They cannot be different. Without the burning fire, without the burning power, fire is not fire at all. Is it not? So without that power which God inherits within himself or herself, God cannot be God. Now, what is happening here? The same reality called God is being viewed in two ways. For example, fire. Fire you can view in many ways. One, fire is latent in wood. Is it not? It is there, but it is not manifested. Then when wood is lit up, fire we see a form, blazing, yellow or red or whatever. Another way of looking at fire is by its burning power. So see, even a substance in the world can be looked at upon in so many ways. So God, in order to approach God, we have to have some idea of Him. Is it not? Without knowing anything about anybody, we cannot approach Him in any way. If someone tells us, this is the professor who is going to teach you. So we must have an idea of that professor. What degree he has, how much he knows, etc., etc. So here also, without having a concept of God, there is no way in which we can reach Him. So scriptures enumerate the qualities of God in many, many ways. So 2 or 3 ways we have just discussed. So God can be seen in 2 ways. One is God which is absolute. He is not touched by anything in the universe. He is beyond the universe. This relative world and the absolute. These are the 2 levels in which the scriptures describe the spiritual nature of the world. One is this world. Many things are happening. There is duality. We are born, we are dead. We experience happiness, we experience misery. We have love, we have hatred. So this is called a relative world. Everything is in relation to each other. If you say someone is a father, that father must have a son, otherwise he cannot be a father. So everything is relative here. If someone is living, he has to die. Life means death in another form. And beyond this relative universe is God in his absolute form. Whatever the mind can conceive is within the relative universe, because the mind itself is in the relative universe. Beyond that is the absolute form of God. This is one form. Now the problem is, in our state, we cannot directly go beyond the mind to that absolute level. We have to form an idea of God from where we are. We have to start somewhere. Is it not? Now, another way of viewing that reality of God in this relative universe. What is that? So that our minds can conceive. We cannot see the absolute. It is beyond us right now. What can we see? We can see this universe. I, you, this whole thing, creation, duality. Now immediately the question will arise. Someone must have created this. And God is the creator. And God is the creator, he must have power to create. If without power he cannot create. So that power of God is what our minds can grasp where we are now. Because we are a part of creation. And creation means energy. And every day we are seeing the force of energy all around us. Is it not? Anything you see, any living being, he has energy. So what are we actually experiencing now? What can be experiencing now? We can experience that power of God. Is it not? Although we cannot experience his absolute aspect right now. That power of God is called in Sanskrit, you must be knowing, Shakti. That is called Shakti. Shakti means all kinds of power, but here we are dealing with the power of God. That power of God is called Shakti. And in the Gospel we had read, the Shaktas, who are the Shaktas? The Shaktas are those who worship God as Shakti. So as we have seen, God can have many forms, many names, many views. Means we can view the same God in many ways. Suppose a person is a family man. In his house he is a father, but he is working in office. So in office he is a manager. Suppose he plays golf. In the golf course he is a golfer. So the same person can have different names, can be viewed in different ways. So here, because we are in the relative world, the only way we can approach God is through this creation. And in the creation, what do we see? Only one thing, the manifestation of power. Everything, intellectual power, physical power, emotions can be terribly powerful. It can make or destroy, it make or break us. So all these we see one thing common, the manifestation of this power. And that power we have seen is not different from God. So this is the easiest way in which humankind can conceive of God within this relative universe. And they say, the Shaktas, those who are Shakti worshippers, that because we are still within the universe, we think of God not in his absolute aspect, because the absolute aspect is beyond the mind. You cannot say anything about it. There is no form, no name. So what do they say? We worship God in the way in which he is palpable to us. He is palpable as energy. So many things are being sustained, destroyed, created every moment. So we worship God as power. And that power is called Shakti. And that Shakti, when God comes to the world, our scriptures say, he comes in both the forms. He as if divides himself into two. One is the absolute aspect, and one is the power which is active in this world. So he, out of his mercy, he comes as if divided into two. They say that the male form represents the absolute aspect, and he comes with his consort, which is not different from him, as the absolute Brahman is not different from Shakti. So they say that God comes to exemplify both his aspects. One is the absolute, untouched by anything. Second is his power. So when God comes, the male portion is representing his absolute aspect, and his consort, which is a female, she represents the Shakti aspect. So with Sri Ramchandra came Sita, with Sri Krishna came Radha. And here we see with Ramakrishna came Sarada. So what is Sarada? Sri Ramakrishna himself has told in very simple words, she is my Shakti. She is my power. So power here does not mean that Ramakrishna's muscle power, Ramakrishna's intellectual power. No. Power means here this. When he says my power, it is not Ramakrishna, human being, is saying. He is identifying himself with the supreme reality, which has incarnated in his body. If you study the life of Sri Ramakrishna, sometimes it may be puzzling. Once he says, I am the dust of your feet, I know nothing. And in another state, he is keeping his foot on someone's head. He is blessing people. So what does these two things mean? These two things mean when Sri Ramakrishna is telling, I don't know anything, he is acting in his human form, the form he has accepted for our sake. And when he is blessing devotees, the God who has incarnated as Sri Ramakrishna is blessing devotees. So when he says, Sarada is my Shakti, what does he mean? He means that in my body, as Ramakrishna, has descended that supreme power in its absolute aspect in this relative world. And because I and my Shakti are not different, wherever I go, Shakti has to follow. So with me also comes my power. In this age, we believe that God has manifested himself as Sri Ramakrishna in Sri Ramakrishna's body. And the one whom we call Holy Mother, Sarada Devi, she can said to be the Shakti of God. And we should also always remember that the power and the powerful, one who possesses that power, are not different. Is it not? Similarly, God and his power are not different. So these are two names, Ramakrishna, Sarada, Krishna, Radha, Ramachandra, Sita. Their names are different, but they all denote the same reality being viewed in two different forms. One in the absolute aspect and one in the dynamic aspect. So the dynamic aspect is very much easier for us to conceive in this world of creation. And she, as energy, is controlling everything. So the Sarva Mangala Mangalya, which we chant every day, what does it say? She is Sarva Mangala, she is the giver of everything good. To whom? Those who want it. She has the whole key in her, the whole safe is in her, with her, and she has the key. So nobody comes to her and is disappointed. She has come to give. She will give what we want. So anything which you would like to sing together, which you...
Or any question before we proceed? Any question from
Yeah, please
net?
go ahead.
For decades, almost every day, I hear about Krishna and Radha, and then Holy Mother said she was Radha, and I don't understand why he married somebody named Rukmini. Why? And you never talk about Krishna and Rukmini.
Because generally one form is associated in a greater degree with like Krishna and one with Ramchandra. So it is not that Rukmini was different, or because in the Bhagavata it is also mentioned that Krishna had a few hundreds, if not few thousands of wives.
16,000.
So now it is not possible to mention all their names, but the thing is, it is generally accepted that Radha was the Shakti personified in a special way. That's why we always associate Radha with Krishna. And it will be surprising to you that Radha's name is not mentioned in the Bhagavatam at all. So these, you can say, these are more of symbols. These are more of, in our age, of course, there is no doubt about, it is all well documented, photographed, etc. But in Krishna's age, when a scriptures say Krishna had a few thousands of wives, then you have to take it with a pinch of salt.
No. Just can I add?
Yeah, of course, of course.
Who said that it is not mentioned? In the gospel itself it is mentioned. Not only in gospel, in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So this is Ladini Shakti. Ladini Shakti means what gladdens you. God also has Ladini Shakti, that what gladdens. So Radha is that Ladini Shakti. That means that power which gladdens. Okay. Now, Kamaradha, then that Rukmini, etc., all are mentioned. And not only that, 16,000. So Gopikas. It's like, this you can understand. A sun is shining, and as many droplets of, say, dews are there. As many dews are there, so many reflections. So you can see, say, this whole world is reflected within us. And also, in us, this, say reflection is both ways. Anyonya. One is reflecting in another. If you put two mirrors in front of each other, then you can see the reflection, it is infinite number. So to show that it is 16,000. So it is the power, same power is reflected in so many forms. So it is like, as I gave example of dewdrops. So the reflection of sun is available in dewdrops, and also little reflection of that dewdrops reflected sun is also reflected in sun. But that is so, sun is so powerful that we cannot see it. So yomam pashyati sarvatram sarvam cha mai pashyati. He who sees me in everything and everything in me. Yomam pashyati sarvatram sarvam cha mai pashyati tasyaham na pranashyami sacha mai na pranashyati. Neither I destroy him nor he destroys me. So this whole universe is within you, and you are in the universe. This is a great mystery. Similarly, God is reflected in all being, and all being is in him. So power, this is greatly, very nicely put it in front of us. And Shakti is manifesting in so many forms. Nitya Radha,
Yeah,
like this.
Radha is mentioned
Radha.
here.
So that's not only that Rukmini, there are other names are also there in the gospel.
Acha. So we can say, maybe partial aspects. Because we can see these things, you have to take the inherent meaning behind them, not the nitty gritty things, I mean. That's what I understand. Because, see, you have to denote by some example in our scriptures that yes, in here, God's manifestation as power was most. So some example you have to give, no. So you can call it Radha or whatever, and Krishna is associated, others may have been there, but this much is sure that Radha occupies the primary position.
Right.
Sorry, can I ask a question or how?
Sure.
Please.
Okay. My question, Swamiji, is like, what can you tell us about discerning when something is an inspiration of God or it's our own human idea?
See, inspiration of God means what? The simple thing which Swami Vivekananda has told this in our state. Every impulse, every thought actually has only one source. God. Because other than God there is nothing. But problem is with us, if we take even what our worldly inclinations as from God, we'll be fooling ourselves. Because within us something will say, no, God is not telling you to eat a pizza or a burger. You want to have something which you want to enjoy. So the simple solution in our case, Swami Vivekananda said, always think that everything good which is beneficial to you and to others and which will take you higher, anything, whether it be arts, music, doesn't matter, which will improve our character, always think that is an impulse from God. And anything which will make you go lower, and nobody needs to tell us, we all know in our heart of hearts. So always think that that's your inclination and try to avoid that. So this is a simple solution to in our position, that is the best way to.
What is your question? Okay, say it again.
I was saying discerning when, like, let's say an idea comes to you, you're just going about your day and you get an idea. Like, when can we say that that is an inspiration from God that we should act on? Or when is it, basically when we can figure that out? Was the question.
So like this, another way we can see this way. You see, even God is created, God is a concept. And the conception, as you grow, your God also grows. So concept of God is also the individual, as they think. So from this is another aspect. At the same time, whatever comes to you, that comes from within. It may manifest in different ways, but even the inspiration that comes. So source of everything is that, what we say, the highest power. And gradually, as one cleanses one mind, the higher reflections would come. Otherwise, it would be only related to this world. But as you cleanse your heart, naturally the higher ideas will come. So anyway, there are various aspects of the same thing. This same house can be seen from various angles. As Swamiji also said, sun can be seen from thousands and many ways. All are true. So as we grow, our concept of God also grows.
Another question. So you talked
absolute aspect also, as a Shakti aspect also. But we know we should realize always, that they are the same. They are not different. You are seeing the same God from two different ways. So it is not that we are ignoring any, but the absolute is beyond the realm of relative universe. So what can you say about it? Suppose that's why he takes a form and comes. He assumes a form because in his absolute aspect they say there is no form. So you are praying a formless entity. Praying, he has no qualities. So whom are you praying to? So he takes on a form so that the absolute also can come within our understanding to some extent at least. So of course we have to, both are true, but we should know that both are same in two aspects. So if you read the Chandi and all, Durga Saptashati, the goddess is slaying Mahishasura, the demon. So there you will see that all the other gods, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, all have been made subservient to Shakti. She is the boss, she is the ruler. All are praying to her. So if you go to Vishnu Purana, Vishnu is the boss. All others are praying to her. What does this mean? It will be, people will think, oh, these people are fools. They have 33 crore gods and all that thing. But they don't realize the inner significance behind this. It is the same God you are worshipping. One person will say, I like the form of Vishnu. Okay. Worship Vishnu as the supreme Brahman. One person will say, I like Shakti. Worship Supreme God, Supreme Brahman as Shakti. You are worshipping the same reality. You can take 100,000 names, 100,000 forms. There is no conflict at all. So of course, we will worship both in all aspects.
A lot of people in America now are worshiping consciousness.
We have no quarrel. Those who are in the Ramakrishna fold, those who believe in his teachings, have no quarrel, no denial of any kind of worship, as long as they are worshipping God. All are correct if they are worshipping God. Any form, any name, anything you say. If they are worshipping consciousness, we say, of course, we are also worshipping consciousness. But we find it easier to have a concept of consciousness when it takes on a form, when it takes on a name. If you find it easier to think of consciousness beyond everything, Godspeed you. We have no quarrel with anybody.
See the complete works of Swami Vivekananda. In the introduction, in Nivedita, says after Swamiji, even the toiling is also praying. If you are cultivating in field, that's also kind of prayer. Why consciousness alone? Even this talk is also prayer. So as we see, that can be converted in that way. So consciousness is, that's also, one is trying to conceive something which is not normal things, normal physical, not even matter, consciousness. What is the component of it or how it is created? That's good. So no problem with us. Any other? Now sing. People are waiting.
Any song which you can all sing together? Tumi Brahma Ramakrishna, you know?
Actually, my Bengali songs might not be something that everybody will
Swamiji, is there any song you know that we can sing and we can try to repeat?
That's what I wanted to know. That's why I'm asking you. So what I will do is, tomorrow we will take some printouts. But the problem with songs is the language barrier. But I will explain the meaning before singing. So at least you can have some idea. So tomorrow, maybe Ornabda or somebody can give the printout. Yeah. So today what I will do, is I will just sing one or two simple songs. One of them Sri Ramakrishna liked, so you must be very familiar in this is the gospel. So he was the worshipper of the Divine Mother. So he said, no, that the song which is there, everything is due to your will, O Mother. I will give the translation also, and I can sing also. So do you have a Bluetooth speaker connected?
Switch that on.
Then you connect it with my phone.
Switch that on.
Oh.
We'll reach
This
it.
black box?
Oh. This one, right?
That small.
I can see that. Okay.
Bluetooth mode.
So what should be the name? It's,
Okay, so RKSA.
The Bluetooth, right? It has to connect to Bluetooth.
hmm.
So when go to the Bluetooth, what is the name of this in Bluetooth?
Maybe yours.
Another, do you know what is the name of this device? But
It should show up in Bluetooth. Let me see the names.
JBL?
It should be JBL if it shows up here. Yeah, let's try JBL. I mean, it sounded like JBL.
But I think there should be a connection from this one to this.
It's on largest for it.
Bluetooth mode. Bluetooth connected.
So Swami's is getting connected.
Okay, so I'm just
So do you have,
discontinue. That's whatever.
yes.
Or from there you have Sanskrit, Sangeet Sangrah book. Sangeet
Yes,
Sangrah.
yes, there is one in the.
Usually good.
Bluetooth is connected.
No, no problem. I'll figure it. If I don't, I'll call you.
Bluetooth connected.
Volume, you can increase.
Good, Maharaj?
Yeah.
You need more?
No, which one is? We have to call our. No, no, no. This is not supposed the way it is supposed to. What? This I think here now it is. Here. So you pull this one, and this one. All these reeds are not coming nicely. What is the problem? Any knob which is to be. You need to single us.
যে মনে হচ্ছে সিঙ্গেল আসছে না এখন। এটাতে হারমোনিয়ামটা তো কিছু প্রবলেম হয়েছে আমার মনে হয়। লাস্ট টাইম আই ফেল সেম।
So let us manage with what we have.
হ্যাঁ সেটা
Take
করুন
too much time.
একটু আমার সেম হারমোনিয়াম আমার সাউন্ডটা একটুখানি
এটা করে দিলে তো সিঙ্গেল, it will be single. This is better. Anyway, let us manage with what is there. This has to be actually little servicing is this required. So this song is actually in praise of Holy Mother only. It is in praise of Shakti. What does it say? That everything, O Mother, happens according to your will. Shokoli tomari ichha. Ichha means desire. So it is all according to your will. Ichha mui tara tumi. Ichha mui means one who, she is the Lord. So she can do whatever she likes. Tomar kormo tumi koroma. You do your work. You are acting within all beings. But because of egotism, we think we are doing this, we are doing that. Ponke boddo koro kori. Kori here means elephant. So if you like, and even a huge elephant can be trapped within a marsh or within, any place. And even a lame person can cross mountains. Pangure langhao giri. Giri is mountain. Some kare dauma brahmopodo. Some people attain the position of driving the vehicle. Ratha and Rathi is you. Jamon chalao tem. As you are operating me, I am just doing your bidding actually. That is the meaning of the song. Ichha moi tara tumi tomar kara tumi tomar kormo troma loke bole kutroma loke bole koriya. Can you increase the volume? Yeah, now it is. সকলে তোমারি ইচ্ছা মই তারা তুমি তোমার কর্ম তুমি করো মা লোকে বলে করি আমি সকলে তোমারি ইচ্ছা মই তারা তুমি তোমার কর্ম তুমি করো মা লোকে বলে করি আমি পঙ্কে বদ্ধ করো করি পঙ্গুরে লঙ্ঘাও গিরি পঙ্কে বদ্ধ করো করো অধোগামী। কারে দাও মা ব্রহ্মপদ, কারে কামি, সকলি তোমারি ইচ্ছা, ইচ্ছাময়ী তারা তুমি, তোমার কর্ম তুমি করো মা, লোকে বলে করি আমি। আমি যন্ত্র তুমি যন্ত্রী, আমি ঘর তুমি ঘরণী। আমি যন্ত্র তুমি যন্ত্রী, আমি ঘর তুমি ঘরণী। আমি রথ তুমি রথী, যেমন চালাও তেমনি চলি। আমি রথ তুমি রথী, যেমন চালাও তেমনি চলি। সকলি তোমারি ইচ্ছা, ইচ্ছাময়ী তারা তুমি, তোমার কর্ম তুমি করো মা, লোকে বলে করি আমি। সকলি তোমারি ইচ্ছা। So let us see how to go about it tomorrow. Another way we can do is what I tried in Seattle, because Seattle also, most of the people, they don't understand Indian languages, more than half. So what we did was what is called once you just have to repeat one line. So that is very simple. And you were there, no? So how everybody enjoyed that. So we can try something there.
If you want, we can do a screen tomorrow. We can project the song on the screen so that they can follow. That we can also do.
Oh, that will also be good.
Yeah, we can do a screen.
But problem is, for those who don't know anything of the language, those words are also, they don't make any sense. You are just pronouncing them. That is a big problem, this language barrier. So, what to do?
Should I take this?
Others?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
please.
I'll give this. Time, what is the time?
Time, no problem.
No, no.
8:40.
Oh.
Yeah, we're good.
I think 45 is.
One.
Chandadi, you have to afterwards you have to see what is wrong. Why is the single thing is coming in all the reads? The sound is not good. So since we are discussing the divine Shakti, we will have a song on this. So this is some special songs are there which are only in praise of Kali. Even the Shakti is worshipped in many forms. Lakshmi, the giver of wealth. Then Saraswati, giver of knowledge. Durga and Kali. Kali, of course, you all know. So these are songs composed just with the form of Kali. So in Bengali they are called Kali Kirtan. Kirtan means songs, you can say. So they are very special.
Swami?
Yes. David?
Can I ask you a question? Was that in the words loke, play? Are those common words? Or is that unique to this song?
Say it again slowly.
The loke, bali, kalo, or I couldn't quite catch the words. Are those words in many songs, or is that unique to this song? Loke, bali.
That's a different song.
Oh, okay.
Loke bole koro.
Because
I think is,
লোকে বলে কালো কালি আমার মন তো বলে না
Mon kalu. Shama ma ki amar kalu.
whether my
Oh yes, that one. Yeah, because Swami, that was
that's
Swami.
a different one. People say
Swami's session on his favorite song.
yeah. People say that my mother is black, but my mind says no. Because when I meditate on her, then my heart is enlightened. Okay, just we got it.
So Dave is joining singing, right?
Let me read this. This harmonium is out of function. Anyway, let us see whatever do we have to manage with this. Tvam aparavisho sharavisha dharavisho runjini sarvo bhuto atma bhuto sarvo vibhuti providha ainitam ameyamoso jaya bhaya bhayo varini tvam aparavisho sharavisha dharavisho runji birajita shavo asho nekubhu promotasho bopane kubhu jukta shivo shone shive Gunatita Trinoyoni Oma Trigunodarini Gunatita Trinoyoni Premi Kero Trita Pero Tapo Sangharo Haro Mohinitvam Aparavisho Sharavisha Dharavisho Trunjini Sarvo Bhuto Atma Bhuto Sarva Vibhuti Pravidha. So this is the song, but of course, language barrier we cannot cross in one day.
Yes. Okay, I'll read from the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, where Sri Ramakrishna explains the Divine Mother herself practiced austere sadhana to set an example for mankind. Sri Krishna, who is none other than the ultimate Brahman, also practiced sadhana to set an example to others. Sri Krishna is the Purusha and Radha the Prakriti, the Chit Shakti, the Adya Shakti. Radha is the Prakriti, the embodiment of three gunas. Sattva, Rajas and Tamas are in her. As you remove the layers of an onion, you will first see tints of both black and red, then only red, then last all only white. The Vaishnava scriptures speak of
Bluetooth disconnected.
the Vaishnava scriptures speak of Kama Radha, Prema Radha, and Nitya Radha. Chandravali is Kama Radha, and Srimati is Prema Radha. Srimati means Radha. Nanda saw Nitya Radha holding Gopala in her arms. Footnote: Kama Radha, full of seductive power, is the first aspect of Radha. Prem Radha, full of ecstatic love, in her second aspect. Nitya Radha is her third aspect as the eternal primordial power. Chandravali, one of the gopis, had a lustful attitude towards Sri Krishna. Srimati is another name of Radhika, the foremost of gopis. Nanda was the Krishna's foster father. So the Brahman of Vedanta and the Chit Shakti are identical, like water and its wetness. The moment you think of water, you must also think of its wetness. And the moment you think of wetness, water's wetness, you must also think of water. Or it is like the snake and its wriggling motion. The moment you think of the snake, you must also think of its wriggling motion. And the moment you think of snake's wriggling motion, you must also think of the snake. When do I call the ultimate reality by the name of Brahman? When it is actionless or unattached to action. When a man puts on a cloth, he remains the same man as when he was naked. He was naked, now he is clothed. He may be naked again. There is like this, poison and this. And second time he also says the similar thing. It was evening. A few minutes afterward, Master, first is the seductive Radha, then the Radha of love. If you go further, you will see the eternal Radha. It is like taking off the layers of onion one by one. First the red layers, then the pink, then white. Afterwards, you don't find any more layers. Such is the nature of the eternal Radha. Radha, the absolute. There the discrete sattva, rajas, tamas, and then her various aspects are various consorts of Krishna.